Hey YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me here. If you haven't already liked the previous video or subscribed to my channel, please do so. But like this video, hit the button below, please. So today we're going to go over how I spent $5,000 in the past year on timeless jewelry pieces. So we're going to cover items from necklaces to bracelets and sentimental pieces, and then also discuss a little bit about diamond quality. So if this is something you're interested in, share the video as well, drop down in the comments, and let's get right. So we're going to get started with this herringbone necklace that I purchased just a few months ago. Now, I think this item is so important because it can go with so much. Now, you can choose the thickness. This is about 3 mm. So I wanted something light and dainty and that could go with a lot. But you probably remember this style from like the 80s and 90s, especially in the hip hop scene. A lot of rappers back then wore herringbone necklaces as well as the thick rope chains too. So you might have seen like a thicker herringbone chain back in the day. But you can get them any size, like I said. I wanted something that could go with a lot that I'm really big on, right? Like not letting any item wear me. I want to wear it. So 3 mm was the perfect size for me. I didn't want anything much thicker than that because then I felt like at that point the item would be wearing me and I didn't want that. But maybe one day I will invest in one that's a little bit thicker just for fun. But this is something that I can throw on with a lot, like this button up right here. And so you can casual it down also with like a t-shirt when you're on the go, and you can also dress it up too. You might wear this with a formal gown as well if you opted to. Now, one of the things about herringbone chains, you have to be very careful with them. They can, they're really fragile, so they can bend a little bit and get discombobulated. So when you're storing this jewelry, you want it laid out flat. So if you have a jewelry box with an area that's just really long and flat, that's where you would want to lay it, or maybe on a nightstand. But it has to be laid out really, really flat. You cannot bend this up. You can't roll it up either. So a tip when you're traveling, do not, absolutely do not pack this. Like, unless you have, and it's probably unlikely, right? Unless you have a case that is very, very long so that it can lay flat in, you need to be wearing this on your neck if you're traveling with it. You do not need to be wearing, you do not need to be packing this piece, or you can mess up the integrity of the chain. So I can drop a link below to where you might want to find a herringbone chain online, but also you can find these at many jewelers. It is a classic piece, so any jeweler should know what a herringbone necklace is. And if you have one, let me know your thoughts, and if you have better tips for storing these as well. I also think these are beautiful. I have on my wish list to get a herringbone bracelet as well. So I'm looking forward to that piece too. I do not recommend showering with this or like wearing it every single day to like, working out and stuff like that. You have to be really, really gentle with this necklace. That is key as well. Also, just for clarity, the price point on that herringbone necklace was $190 and it is 14 carats. So if you can find a jeweler that really goes truly off of the cost of gold, you can get it on the low end, which is the $190 I paid, or you can spend around $500 or so for a herringbone necklace of that size. So just to let you know what you're working with in regards to price for the herringbone necklace, I paid $190, which was on the low side, but I was willing to pay around $500. So just to give you a price estimate there. Now this next piece is a necklace as well. I found this at a little boutique while I was traveling for a wedding in Indiana earlier this year. And what I loved about this necklace is the style. So I am not in the market for a Van Cleef necklace, but what I do love about the Van Cleef necklace is the character of all of the clovers around it. And so I like that style, and I felt like this is something that could give me close to that look. And it is a bit shorter. I love this necklace too. You can definitely wear this with a gown. So if you're doing a formal event, this will be a lovely piece to wear as well, as it's very dainty and classy. Or you can wear it something like this, like a button up, right? That makes it beautiful as well. It's very understated, which is something I really enjoy about this piece. You have to be very delicate with it when you are storing this as well. This is another necklace when you are traveling, I would recommend that you wear around your neck. I have a small knot in this already, and this chain, these links are so tiny that if you ever get a chain with the links this small, be very careful about how you're storing it. Now, I have a jewelry box that has little hooks for necklaces, so I store it that way at home, but I think this got a tangle in it from when I was traveling and had it in a travel jewelry case. So just a small tip there. This retailed around $250. So this was on the lower end too, 14 karat gold. So that was really important to me, right? Like all of these pieces are real materials, and it's a piece that I feel like I'll have forever. It's also the first piece of jewelry that has color in it. So I don't have anything that has like, you know, like a black stone. And I thought that was pretty cool as well too. So I'm looking forward to getting more use out of this piece. Okay, so this third piece is a necklace as well. More specifically, I am going to touch on the pendant itself. The pendant is custom. As I mentioned in the previous videos, right, I am going through a loss of my beloved dog who is my son. If you're a dog mom, you know. Don't even have to explain it further, right? So I want to bring him with me everywhere that I go as much as possible, right? And so I got this custom pendant made. And this pendant, it has diamonds, lab-grown diamonds. I selected lab-grown diamonds because I wanted to cut down on the cost as much as I could. If you guys see, this is a lot of diamonds, right? And so it is actually 1.3 carats total in diamonds. And the clarity is VS. The color of the diamonds are D through F. So I did manage to get a clarity in the V category, which is lovely. Now, one of the things, if you've never purchased lab-grown diamonds before, something to know about lab-grown diamonds is they definitely have cut clarity the same way that natural grown diamonds do. So just because you're getting a lab-grown diamond, you still want to make sure, it doesn't mean that you could just, you know, you don't want to just get whatever diamond either, right? There's still a tier to the quality of that diamond. So just be careful there. And based on the amount of carats here, I probably would have spent about $5,000 just for the diamonds if they were natural grown. Because I got them lab grown, I was able to cut that cost down by probably a fourth. So that was wonderful. In total, the cost of the custom pendant was about $2,800. And another thing to caveat, I know you've all have probably seen like tribute pendants like this of people's loved ones that have passed, and you've seen the ones where you can insert a picture, change the picture and stuff. This, you could not do that. And that is because with time, when you put pictures in here, they fade and it just gets all gunky, right? This picture is etched into this gold, so it cannot be changed. I had to be very careful about what image I wanted here. And I selected this particular picture because just a few months prior to the unexpected passing, I was in the kitchen one day. I have this open layout floor plan in my kitchen living room. And so I was in the kitchen, maybe doing dishes or something like that. And Sharpie was just like gazing at me from the sofa, just laying there gazing at me. And I thought it was so sweet. I always catch him in moments like that, right? And then I'll stop whatever I'm doing and I'll come stare back at him, kiss all over him. And he let me take several photos of him just gazing at me like that. So that picture is very dear to me because it was recent, and just, you know, the energy behind the picture was very, very important for me to capture that and have it here. The necklace itself, I brought this necklace separately. This necklace, let me get the price on it. I think this necklace was around $200 as well. So in total, I guess you could say this look, the necklace including the pendant, right around $3,000. And this necklace was the proper choice because it can hold the weight of the pendant. It's not a heavy pendant like rappers wear necessarily, but it does have more weight to it than like the dainty necklace that I had on before with those little charms hanging. So this is not something I would work out in, right? Because as you're working out, you wouldn't want anything flopping against you like that. Again, it's not heavy, but it has enough weight where you can feel it. And so I look forward to wearing this necklace in different ways with different lengths. I also have a longer chain that's around 24 inches that can hit here at the cleavage area. So I'm looking forward to playing around with this necklace, but this is something that's going to be in my, you know, luxury jewelry collection forever and ever and ever. And it's not something I would want to hand down. It's something that I would want to be buried with when it's that time for me to go. I'm not going to get too dark right there, but yeah, this is the piece that's everything. Okay, this piece is an S-Link tennis bracelet. It's about 1.75 carats, and it is from this jeweler called Ken, and it's from their vintage collection. So they do vintage drops every few months, at least once a quarter, and I lucked up on this piece. I spent just under $1,500 on this piece, and this is something that I went into last year with on my wish list. And so as soon as they had the drop and I saw it, I clicked purchase. Now, I had to get this, I'm going to try to put it on for you guys to show it on my wrist. I had to get this, I had to get this size to fit my wrist because I have a really tiny wrist. And, oops, there we go. Had to get it sized to fit my wrist. And that meant taking about 3 of the diamonds out, diamond plus link out. Sparkle to it. The diamonds are amazing. And of course, it's vintage. It's been taken care of very well. And I was surprised that I was able to get this for right under $1,500. I'm very satisfied with this purchase. I do not regret it at all. And I'm looking forward to having this for the rest of my life and passing it down. All right, and now to the very last item. The very last item is from Ken as well, so the same brand as the tennis bracelet. Now, while the tennis bracelet is from one of their vintage drops, the last item that I got is a pair of Huggy earrings, and this is from their modern day jewelry collection. So here we are. These are very simple. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to put a picture up of these, but basically I keep these in all the time. My second hole, I keep those in all the time. I'm kind of lazy these days when it comes to changing my earrings in and out. You guys let me know if you're like that too. So now that I'm more lazy about like changing my earrings, I was like, okay, I know I want a stud to keep a stud in the second hole. What do I want in the first hole to give it a little bit more character? I didn't want 2 studs back to back. So I decided on the Huggy earrings. Absolutely love this choice. And these stay in my ears. I can't remember the last time I took these out. I know it's been months. So if I'm going somewhere special, I'll change them out. But basically they stay in all the time. And I spent just under $500 for these, so they were definitely worth the investment. The diamonds are natural grown, and let me see if I can find the carat for you guys. I know that the gold is 14 karat gold. Can't find how much diamonds are in here. Not a whole lot, right? There's something that they're very modest, that's why I love them too. But yeah, again, I'll drop a picture of these, and that is how I spent, I think, a little over $5,000 now that I'm like shouting out the numbers, but that's how I spent around $5,000 on jewelry in the past year. Let me know what you have on your wish list, how you're building your jewelry collection, and drop that in the comments below. If you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe too. Let me know what type of content you want to continuously see in the comments too. And thank you so much for coming back. All right, bye ladies.